are customers not buying right now? The last year alone, just the last year, not even the last 2 years, just the last year alone has been different. People aren't buying, things have slowed down, and we've spent tens of thousands of dollars figuring this out this year. It's a term that you haven't heard before because no one else is using it. And we actually discovered this shift in consumer behavior. By the way, if we're meeting for the first time, my name is Marlon Brand. I am the CEO of Jared's Leads. We've been in business for 16 years. We've been in the Inc. 5000 twice, just made the 2024 list. And I'm glad to be building this relationship with you here on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get started. Why are customers not buying right now and how to fix it? There's a lot of terms being thrown out, like having reduced trust. However, thinking that it's just reduced trust is actually detrimental. And the reason that it's detrimental is because, number one, if it's just reduced trust, then it's like having a scarcity mindset, kind of. It's like you have to wait until the time passes, right? So businesses have a lot more control over building trust and authority with consumers and prospects. Okay, but it's not just trust. Saying that it's reduced trust would be like saying that that's the only factor. There's actually a lot more to it. So let's go ahead and take a look and see why it is that customers aren't buying right now. Let's see the big reveal. Da, 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 da. Obviously, economic uncertainty. That, but here's the thing: you have to accept when there are economic downturns. We've been very blessed to do well during economic downturns, and we're going to share with you what's been working for us. Inflation is another one. This has caused stress. People are a bit more cautious. The election, that's over. We're also with a more judicious market. Look, and a desire for personalization. So in 2020, the pandemic accelerated the digital world as we know it. And what that meant was that many unqualified people were able to enter the market. Just because someone knows how to publish a Facebook ad doesn't mean that they're a marketer, right? And a lot of unqualified outliers in other industries also went into the digital world. And as a result, the market's been hurt. So people are much more selective about where it is that they put their trust. It's not that trust is reduced. If that was true, then other big brand names like Amazon and Apple that people have a lot of trust with wouldn't continue to grow. So that means that consumers still want to spend. What consumer behavior shows us is that people still want to spend money. But the data shows us that people go from buying big brand names to buying generic brand names. So if somebody goes to Walgreens to get Advil, they'll get the Walgreens brand instead. So that means people still want to spend money. They're just more cautious about it. The spending habits are still there. They're just a little bit smaller. And I'm going to tell you what you can do to actually get more money flow into your business. Okay, so let's focus on what we can control. So number one, if consumers still want to spend money, because it's not like the money disappears during a recession, the money's still there, it just moves a lot slower. So that means that if you're selling a high ticket program that's $1,000 or more online, digitally, or even locally online, then people maybe want to buy from you, but they need a way to vet you out first. And so what you want to do, what are the things that you can do to control these things? Let's take a look. What you want to do is you want to create low barrier to entry offers, create introductory offers, free and paid, from $1 to $97. So if somebody likes your business, what you offer, and your methodology, maybe they want to give you just a little bit of money to start. And then after they vet you, if your stuff is good, they're willing to pay you more, maybe a few hundred more, and then they'll pay you $2,000 or more if you're selling a high ticket program. Another way that you can do to create more trust and credibility is create resources like lead magnets, PDF documents that actually help solve a problem. You can do workshops. Workshops have actually been working really good for us, both locally and online. You can create YouTube content like this to build a relationship with people, build authority by letting people know that you know what you're talking about. You can build an email list, actually nurturing them, not making an email list where you just sell, 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 sell. You can follow a cadence of nurture and sell, or nurture, 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 sell. And so these are the things that you can control. So it's not that we're in a time of reduced trust. It's just that we have a more judicious market. The era that we're in right now is the era of discerning demand. The demand is still there. It's just discerning demand. People are more selective. They're smarter. They're going to vet you more. They see an ad. They're going to go take a look at your YouTube, your blog, your social media pages. They're going to pay attention to your emails and all that stuff. That's why it's so important to build that trust. But also, it's how you position your offer. There's a reason why low ticket items are very hot right now. Some people would rather pay $5, $10 to see if the business that they're interacting with is actually good. And if it's good, they'll continue to buy. So you want to create offers that are free, introductory, and then something that's a few $100s, and then something that's $1,000 plus, right? Now, the era of discerning demand, that's one thing, but it's not just all of this stuff. There's a second component to this as to why people are not buying right now, especially service-based businesses that are doing this locally. And I'm talking about roofers, landscapers, solar companies, dentists, whatever it is, you name it. The problem is that people are not able to translate how they're going to get consumers from point A to point B. And this is what businesses need to get better at. This is one of the biggest, most common mistake we see when writing copy for our clients or the people who are coming to us to improve their ads is that there is no USP. And USP stands for unique selling proposition. And before you roll your eyes at me, hear me out because I'm about to explain this just a little bit differently. So you want to get more conversions for service-based businesses. Most business owners tend to overthink this, especially when they hear terms like USP. The problem is that if your USP doesn't translate to them how you're going to help them, then they can't imagine the outcome. And a lot of marketers out there say do a lot of market research. And while market research is good, what's even more important is that you know what it is that you're selling. And of course, you know, but can you translate that? The key word here is, can you articulate that to your consumers, to your prospects, right? So we actually do this a little bit backwards. Instead of giving a unique selling proposition a name, what we do first is we take a look at the mechanism. If you've been in business for a while, you have a process. If you observe yourself, you have a certain way that you do things. Maybe you open a conversation the same way, and then you do step one and step two. And maybe you haven't thought of it in that framework, but you do it that way for a reason, because intelligent beings also do things subconsciously. It's not like they do them consciously all the time. So take a look at your mechanism, dissect it, analyze it. How does your approach help minimize common issues? What's unique about the way you combine these elements? Take time to take a look at this, answer these questions. I'll give you a way to get access to these questions towards the end, by the way. And then also, once you answer all these questions, what you'll want to do is you'll actually want to come up with 3 to 5 steps of how you get that outcome. And then you want to give your mechanism a name. So first, answer the questions, then come here and create 3 to 5 steps, a thesis, or 3 to 5 pillars, and then give the mechanism a name. That makes it a lot easier. Where people, I think, do this wrong is they try to give the mechanism a name first and then the 3 to 5 steps, when in fact, really just look at what you're already doing, translate that to 3 to 5 steps, and then give the mechanism a name, right? So that could be like, the paper towel method or whatever it is, right? So as long as you give it a name and you don't want it to be overly salesy or anything like that, you just want it to sound like a method, a system, or a name. Okay, and then the second thing that you want to do is you want to answer the questions. Let's say that you have the most skeptical prospect approach you about your service-based business, right? They're like super skeptical, but you know that if they bought, that would get an amazing result. So pretend this is like your best client, but they have all of these questions, and then you want to answer these questions as if you were talking to them. What sets you apart? What's in it for me? How can I make sure this is legit? What's stopping me from moving forward? Why should I believe you? How exactly does this work? What's the first step to getting there? Okay. And then you want to use this, and then you want to write your copy, and it's going to be a lot easier to translate how you're going to get client A, how you're going to get your client from point A to point B. Because here's the thing. If you cannot give your customers a clear path that they can imagine to solving their problem, then they're not going to feel at ease buying from you. But if you're able to help them imagine how your unique mechanism gets them from point A to point B, that's going to invoke an emotion inside of them, and then they're going to feel like they actually can buy from you. So in order to do that, you need to consider discerning demand. One is control the things that you can, right? These are the reasons why customers aren't buying as much right now. What can you do about it? And then create a mechanism that answers these questions for them and that sets you apart so that you can translate how you get them from point A to point B. And if they can imagine the outcome, then they're going to feel at ease buying from you. All right. And one last thing here, I'm kind of going backwards that I didn't touch on, is desire for personalization. A lot of people talk about how they're getting poor show rates, they're not really responding to emails, people are not, showing up to the calls. But the thing is that it's probably because every person's getting the same text message. Like now it's not so much about the quantity, especially if you're a local business, it's more about the quality of the conversation that they're having with you, right? So How exactly can you help that person? Talk about their problem. Talk about what it is that they're going through. Talk about what it is that they actually need, and finish every text message with a question about their specific situation. When it comes to lead nurturing, we just see people trying to go for the kill right away. Hey, you want to hop on a call? Want to hop on a call? What do they need? Where are they at? Just get them to the very next step. Provide some value, help them out, help them get clarity, and then try and go for the call or whatever it is. Sometimes it's good to just send people an email that's personalized about their particular situation or something that you think would be helpful for them. That sticks out. That alone itself is a mechanism because you're talking to them and you're treating them like a human. So if you want to get better results online, just keep in mind that we are now in the era of discerning demand, right? So what you need to do is you need to place that trust. You need to articulate how exactly your process is going to help them. And number three, you need to personalize and have real interactions with these customers, which is why workshops are making a comeback right now. That's all I have for now. By the way, if you're interested, we have a program that we license out to other businesses. It's called AI Quantum Leads, where we show you through 5 pillars exactly how to get from, even if you never launched ads before, to generating your own leads at a fraction of the cost. Because if you're working with an agency, you're looking at paying $3,000 to $5,000 a month to work with an agency. But the thing is that deep down, most service-based business owners know that they should be in control of their lead flow. And we do this through 5 pillars. The first, it's the digital foundations, customizing your AI and your ChatGPT to know everything about your business like an employee. And then it's AI-driven marketing. We have bots that we've designed and processes that we license out to our customers. And then third, it's campaign creation and testing. What most people do is put thousands of dollars behind an idea. We teach you how to put $30 to $100 behind 10 to 30 ideas. And then we go into lead nurturing, how to use AI to nurture your leads and still personalize it. Yes, there needs to be human oversight. It can't just be 100% automated because desire for personalization is more important, especially now that everyone knows that AI is out. And then the fifth thing is AI optimization. So that's great. We go through the first 4 pillars, but you need to optimize everything. And we show you how to read the metrics in the ad account, how to optimize it, what those metrics means, how to improve it, all that good stuff. So if you're interested, just take a look at the link in the description. We do have a free training available. In that free training, it's about 15 minutes. It's going to tell you about the AI Quantum Leads program. And if everything checks out and you feel like it's a good fit for your business, then just go ahead and book a call. And it'll either be me or one of our AI specialists on that call. Once again, Marlon Brand with Jared's Leads. Thanks so much. And I'll see you on the next video.